Hi, and welcome to Experience Points by University XP. On Experience Points, we explore different ways we can learn from games. I'm your host, Dave Ang from Games-Based Learning by University XP. Find out more by going to universityxp.com. Now, when we think about games, most of us picture entertainment. Commercial games dominate the market, designed to engage and captivate players for fun and profit. But what happens when we use games for something more? Something like teaching, learning, or personal growth. In this episode, we're unpacking the concept of educational games. What are they? How do they differ from other types of games? And how can they be leveraged effectively in games-based learning? Stick with me as we explore the definition, evolution, and application of educational games, and why they're such a powerful tool in the learning process. But first, let's start with the basics. What exactly are educational games? Educational games are games designed with one main goal in mind: education. They're created to help players reinforce existing knowledge or acquire new skills, often through hands-on, interactive experiences. These games provide an experiential learning loop where players learn by doing. They engage learners of all ages, with younger players drawn to the fun of play and older learners appreciating structured simulations. From the classroom to the workplace, educational games make the learning process more engaging, effective, and, dare I say, entertaining. So why should we use educational games? The answer lies in two key elements: agency and play. Games require active participation, pushing players to make decisions and solve problems. This transforms the learning process into something dynamic and engaging. Educational games tap into both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, creating fun and productive environments for learners. They can teach concrete skills like math and language or foster soft skills like teamwork and communication. What's more, educational games emphasize continuous improvement. Unlike traditional high-stakes assessments, they allow learners to make mistakes, learn from them, and try again. Now let's take a step back and look at how educational games have evolved over time. Educational games aren't a new idea. They've been around for centuries. Ancient civilizations like Egypt and Mesopotamia used board games and puzzles to teach logic and critical thinking. Fast forward to the digital age, and we see classics like the Oregon Trail, Math Blaster, and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? These paved the way for modern educational games like Minecraft, which continues to evolve as a tool for open-world exploration and creative learning. Today, educational games span genres and platforms, from board games to immersive VR simulations. Their versatility has made them a staple in classrooms and training programs alike. Educational games can teach just about anything: math, science, history, or language arts. They can also be used to develop specific skills, from spelling and vocabulary to critical thinking and teamwork. And let's not forget about variety. Educational games come in many forms like board games, card games, mobile apps, and video games. This diversity makes them adaptable to different teaching styles, learning preferences, and age groups. What makes an educational game truly effective? The answer lies in both engagement and efficacy. The best educational games are adaptable and interactive. They provide immediate feedback, helping learners understand and correct mistakes in real time. This fast feedback loop keeps players engaged, ensuring they're actively participating in the learning process, not passively observing. And let's not overlook the fun factor. Games that are enjoyable not only attract players, but also motivate them to keep learning. At the heart of every educational game is the player experience. Game designers must strike a balance between fun and functionality, ensuring the game is engaging while meeting its educational goals. The social element of gaming also plays a role. Many educational games encourage collaboration and competition, fostering communication and teamwork among players. Finally, let's touch on serious games and how they intersect with educational games. Serious games are designed with a purpose beyond entertainment, often for training, problem-solving, or education. Educational games fall under this umbrella, offering learners a hands-on way to explore real-world concepts. When combined with gamification techniques, serious games can address specific learning outcomes, from sustainability to teamwork and creativity. This brings us to the broader concept of games-based learning, the intentional use of games as teaching tools. Whether it's a commercially available game or one designed specifically for education, success depends on how it's used. Educators must align the game's mechanics with learning objectives, creating a deliberate and thoughtful experience for their students. So, what are the key takeaways from today's episode? Educational games are powerful tools for teaching and learning, blending fun with functionality. They've evolved over time, spanning disciplines, modalities, and age groups. From ancient board games to modern digital simulations, These games harness the power of agency, play, and experiential learning. And when used effectively, they can transform traditional education into an engaging and impactful experience. I hope you found this episode useful. If you'd like to learn more, then a great place to start is with my free course on gamification. You can sign up for it at universityxp.com/gamification. You can also get a full transcript of this episode, including links to references in the description or show notes. Thanks for joining me. Again, I'm your host, Dave Eng from Game-Based Learning by University XP. On Experience Points, we explore different ways we can learn from games. If you like this episode, please consider commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Subscribing is absolutely free and ensures that you'll get the next episode of Experience Points delivered directly to you. I'd also love it if you took some time to rate the show. I live to lift others with learning, so if you found this episode useful, consider sharing it with someone who could also benefit. Also, make sure to visit University XP online at universityxp.com. University XP is also on Twitter at university_XP and on Facebook and LinkedIn as University XP. Also, feel free to email me anytime. My email address is dave@universityxp.com. Game on.